Hi, Simone.
Uh, Greetings, everyone. Thanks again for joining the inaugural 2021 spatial webinar series. Today, we have an exciting topic up for discussion. It's managing your KPIs with Operations Dashboard for ArcGIS. You'll hear about COVID tracking, election tracking, and more of the benefits of this easy to use technology. With us today is Mr. Roshan Clark, Deputy CEO and Head of the Geospatial Technologies Unit at Spatial. Along with him, you have Spatial's Vice President of Strategic Services and keynote presenter, Mr. Hopeton Ferguson, and myself, Q&A moderator and Vice President of Corporate Services here at Spatial Innovision, Matthew Webster. Before I hand over to Roshan to set the context for today's webinar, I remind you that you can share your questions and comments using the chat box or the Q&A functionality provided, and we'll address following the presentation. At this point, I'll hand over to Roshan to set some context for you, our wonderful attendees, and Roshan, over to you.
Morning. Thank you so much, Matthew. Morning to you, Hopeton, as well. Good morning, good evening, good night to our listeners and our audience across the world. I said that because I know people join from different time zones. Um, I would just like to take a few minutes to bring context to today's presentation and what the operations dashboard is all about. If you're joining for the first time, we say welcome, and if you've joined before, it's good to have you back. Now, the purpose of this webinar series is to keep a consistent conversation about the science of where and how it is literally changing the world that we live in. I mean, we can speak of the technology, the ArcGIS platform and all of its benefits, which our presenter will do in a moment. But we can also speak on a broader scale of how GIS is helping to make this world a better place. I mean, societies around the world, right? They all face the same challenges, or we all face the same challenges. Climate change, crime, poverty. The best places to how to plan for our lands, to protect our natural resources, and I could go on and on. Food security, economic growth, water access. These challenges are real, and the great thing is that they can all be addressed with GIS. All right, so to tackle these things, right? How do we tackle these things? We need alignment from all our stakeholders. This means on a national scale that the public and private sector, they must be in tandem. And probably more on an organizational level, it means that the technical experts, such as many of you that are on this call now, the GIS experts and professionals, um, and the executive, the decision makers, must be in agreement. And how do we achieve this? We all have different goals. Each stakeholder has a different goal. And so we need to understand these goals and then tend to these needs, right? So let me put it in an example. Let's say you're trying to manage crime in a society. The stakeholders would be the general public, the security forces, and the private sector. Just giving some general broad headings, right? Now, if we dig a little further, we realize that to manage a crime within, say, the Ministry of National Security, um, the stakeholders would then be the minister and the heads of the different units. Um, the operation teams on the ground would be another stakeholder. Maybe sister organizations or sister ministries would be another stakeholder, and then the general citizenry, right? Now, the goal of each is different. The goal of the minister and the other leaders or senior managers would be probably a high level goal of reducing crime by a certain amount of percentage. And they would have the metrics to measure that, right? The goal of the operations folks on the ground may be different. It may be a more tangible goal, such as, you know, reduce the amount of guns or gangs within a specific community. And then the goal for the public, the general citizens, maybe, you know, that they want to be able to walk freely at night without feeling unsafe, for instance. GIS can serve all those needs to all those different stakeholders in one seamless flow. And here is where we see the strength of the operations dashboard. I mean, by punching in the necessary data and setting up the indicators, you know, relevant to the stakeholder, we're able to share information quickly to allow for better monitoring and quicker decision making. For instance, a minister can monitor those KPIs in his office on a dashboard. The operation team can track their progress real time from the operations hub. The general public can see how things are progressing by periodically looking at these dashboards. A good example of this was and continue to be is the John Hopkins COVID-19 dashboard, which, you know, it is like the hallmark of dashboards for the information on the coronavirus pandemic. I mean, can we imagine how tedious it would be to constantly go and search for the latest numbers on cases or deaths without this dashboard? It would mean that even if there was a central place for the data, it would mean that for every time we want information, we'd have to go and dissect the data to look at the countries and what's the latest numbers and to see what percentage growth or decline. All of that is quickly delivered in a dashboard. It gives us quick answers in real time. That's the power of the dashboard. And it goes across almost every sector, every industry. It's applicable. So, you know, that's the power of it. It's easy to set up, it's powerful to use. And I'm not going to go any further on it because I have the expert here, Mr. Hopeton Ferguson, who can dive deeper into the actual way it works, how it can be used, who it can be used by, and all of those details. So I'm just going to pass over now to my colleague, Mr. Hopeton Ferguson, and then after that we'll pass back to Matthew, who can steer the Q&A section. So thank you so much for joining us, our first spatial webinar. We're happy to see such a big turnout under such a short call. It shows that you're committed to the software, to the technology, and how it can better your job as well as your stakeholders and your end users. So having said that, I'll pass over to Hopeton. Hopeton, good morning. Hope all is well on your side.
Good morning, Roshan. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to hear all that you have to share with us.
Awesome. Sounds good. Let me say good morning to everyone joining on the Spatial Innovision's first webinar for 2021. As Roshan mentioned, my name is Hopeton Ferguson, and I'm the Vice President for Strategic Solution at Spatial Innovision. And today, we'll be looking deeper into Operation Dashboard and how it can be used as a tool to manage your key performance indicator. So let us just dive in to this presentation. So basically, we'll be looking at defining a dashboard and looking at the ArcGIS Operation Dashboard, key patterns of use in Operation Dashboard, and some examples of Operation Dashboard applications. So please hold your questions until the end and we will address them. So conceptual terms can mean different things to different people. Operation Dashboard provides a glance view of key performance indicators for a subject or business process, similar to the idea of having a report or a snapshot of performance. So dashboard, basically data typically on single display or screen can support real-time feed. Operation Dashboard for ArcGIS is a configurable web app that provides a real-time operational view of people, services, assets, and events. By displaying live data in a dynamic dashboard, you can monitor the activity and key performance indicators that are most vital to meeting your organization's activities. This level of visibility gives you the operational awareness you need to quickly respond and to changing conditions. Operation Dashboard for ArcGIS helps you to, one, to provide a common operating view. So you can create and share dashboard that visualize operational data using maps, lists, charts, gauges, other visual indicators. These dashboards are based on live data source defined in web maps or web services. By visualizing this real-time information in a dashboard, you can provide a common operating view from your organization that improves awareness among staff and decision makers. Two, it monitors and responds to activities and events where you can use your dashboard to monitor the assets, situations, events that are important to your operations. Also, as information changes, your dashboard automatically updates to display the most current indicators. This level of visibility into your operation helps you better understand the status of your operations and make faster, more informed tactical decisions. The third point is that it configures your dashboard to suit your needs. So operation dashboard that you create are highly configurable. You can adjust the way they work or fit to your audience. For example, you can build dashboard for multiple display environments, such as large screens in your operation center or individual user desktop or tablets. In addition, your dashboard can simply display live data, or they can filter and update maps and data dynamically as users typically interact with specific elements in the dashboards. You can add groups, you can add styles, different styles, and resize elements to provide a view your user needs. And the fourth point is that it helps you to check your dashboard anywhere. So because Operation Dashboard for ArcGIS is a web-based app, you can access your dashboard anywhere. You can also make your dashboard available to others, including decision makers, operations staff, and even members of the public. This allows you to deliver real-time operational awareness to anyone who needs it, no matter where they are. Operation Dashboard for ArcGIS is included in the ArcGIS software at no additional cost. Operation Dashboard along with ArcGIS apps are bringing GIS to life in many ways. It's bringing the power of GIS to everyone, extending the reach to field people, connecting them to their organization and business apps and viewers apps and social media and story maps across your organization and beyond. At this time, we're going to look at some key patterns of use for the ArcGIS dashboard. There are typically 3 key operation dashboard usage patterns for your organization. These are 1, monitor and manage operation and assets, 2, event management, and 3, executive summary. So in monitor and manage operation and assets, it consumes real-time data feed through the Internet of Things, example, a sensor feed, and it provides a common operating picture. In the event management, key performance pattern, it helps you to manage planned and unplanned events by visualizing assets, personnel, activities, and weather. It provides situational awareness and emergency management. And the third pattern of use is executive summary. Executive summary visualize a company's key performance indicator. It visualizes and compares your business data and provides reporting capability. So now let us examine these patterns and how they are utilized in different areas of our organization. As Roshan mentioned, the COVID-19, in looking at Operation Dashboard for Health, we'll have seen hundreds of dashboards created or hundreds of thousands of dashboards created since COVID-19. However, the one that stands out most is the famous Johns Hopkins University COVID-19 dashboard. Now, this dashboard shows a total of over 100 million global cases to date, with US leading at over 25 million, followed by India of 10 million cases. And this is very current. It also shows a global death of almost 2.2 million in 192 countries. The Johns Hopkins site is getting more than 3 million hits per hour, or let us say 72 million hits per day. We can break it down to 50,000 hits per minute, or 800 minutes per second. So every second, 800 persons are accessing this dashboard. That's how important it is. The Amazon Conservation Team COVID-19 Response Dashboard tracks the status of support to indigenous partner communities, community organizations, and local hospitals and clinics. It also shows the type of support given and the beneficiaries and the response per month. Here we can see the Spatial Innovision DRP Management Dashboard, which gives an oversight of the DRP accounts in the Caribbean. So the Caribbean accounts amounting to 27. They are divided into 3 areas. You have the Northern Caribbean with 10 accounts, Southern Caribbean with 8 accounts, and the Eastern Caribbean with 9 accounts. The Spatial Innovision DRP Management Dashboard also shows a global COVID death per capita and case fatality rate, as seen on the slide. This is an example of the OECS dashboard showing cases in the region and also global confirmed cases. The coronavirus or the coronavirus vaccine distribution solution is now available. A series of new ArcGIS solutions designed to help communities communicate vaccine distribution plan and monitor the effectiveness of these plans are available for ArcGIS users. The coronavirus vaccine distribution dashboard solution can be used to tabulate vaccine distribution metrics, see how many people are being vaccinated, monitor key trends of performance, targets for defined geographies, and communicate progress to interested stakeholders. Now let us take a look at some examples of election dashboard. So many of our countries have gone through the election in 2020. So we have Guyana, Trinidad, Jamaica, and of course, the great United States of America. Apps such as ArcGIS Dashboard and ArcGIS Quick Capture are great tools to help official security manage and track real-time election data. It provides the public with real-time results. So prior to implementing the elections solution, the country used a standard tabulated document that showed the number of votes cast per candidates. Unfortunately, this is a system that lacks a point of reference to indicate which candidate won in which precincts, and it had no visualization capability. By using ArcGIS you are able to input voter data, voter turnout, political party affiliation, number of total ballots cast, election night results, and other essential information. In today's election environment, security at every step of the process is crucial to ensure public trust and confidence in our system, the very system that undergirds democracy itself. ArcGIS streamlined the election process by capturing Dropbox location activities, as well as collecting and sharing election results more efficiently. Now let us take a look at the Census Management Dashboard. So we are now looking forward to our census in 2021, 2022, or some countries. Statistical and civil registration product inform national decision making. To ensure high quality data, organizations need a statistical geospatial framework that integrates geospatial and statistical data. GIS platform facilitates the requisite collection of accurate information as well as it disseminates and analyze. Governments are addressing the challenges of their upcoming population censuses and are realizing the need for modernization of their processes and methods. With GIS technology, the US Census was able to gain efficiencies, increase accuracy, and improve collaboration, all while reducing cost. So in the pre-enumeration planning phase, you can plan your work, update base maps, optimize enumeration areas, and increase efficiencies with GIS. In the enumeration phase, operations use GIS for field data collection, improving accuracy, and save time. Operation management, monitor activities, track your work, your workers, and assess the status of daily operations in real time. And in the final stage, which is the dissemination stage, allows you to easily access your data while maintaining security and privacy. ArcGIS dashboards allow you to stay on top of your operations by monitoring, tracking, and reporting on your daily operation in real time. Now let us take a look at crime management dashboard. So here we see the crime management dashboard on screen, which shows criminal statistics of federal districts in Brazil. The dashboard shows crime by type and nature, the rate of occurrences, and the number of occurrences, and this is also shown by year. Another crime dashboard from the Jamaica Constabulary Force in this slide displays all category 1 crime in Jamaica, and they are tracked by categories and weapons used to commit the crime. Let us take a look at Roadworks Dashboard. The Meath County Council Roadworks Operation Dashboard monitors and tracks, assesses and report on roadworks in the county of Meath. The operation dashboard shows an overview map showing roadworks locations. Below the overview map is the roadwork count widget showing the number of roads being worked on. The other widgets look at the road work cost. These costs are broken down by quarter, municipal districts, by type of roads. There is also a widget for severity of roadworks and traffic management provision. Let us now look at disaster management dashboard. So in the January 4th blizzard, there was a massive winter storm roared into the East Coast, dumping as much as 17 inches of snow in some areas and unleashing hurricane force winds and historic flooding that closed schools and offices and halted transportation from the Carolina to Maine. Records were broken in more than 24 cities and bring wind chills as low as 40 degrees, minus 40 degrees. Blizzard warnings and states of emergency were in wide effect, and wind gusts hit more than 70 miles per hour. In parts of New England, snow fell as fast as 3 inches per hour. Operation Dashboard was created to manage this event. The dashboard tracked the activity, the activation of Emergency Operations Center, open shelters, resource requested, and transportation events. The dashboard on this slide looks at traffic event management in the city of Palm Beach Garden. The dashboard tracks the number of reported traffic accidents, reported traffic jam, and the number of reported road closures. These locations can be identified on a map, which provides more detail when you click on it. Here we have the executive dashboard, and all our executive would love to see something like this. So this slide shows an executive dashboard example in tracking KPIs. The Starbucks dashboard is showing Starbucks real estate. The dashboard tracks the number of existing Starbucks real estate and their location, along with number of competitor and their locations. The second executive dashboard looks at opioid abuse, probable EMS calls in the city of Tempe. The dashboard tracks opioid probable abuse number by age range, group, month, day, or day of the week, or by gender. Here we see the Maryland Department of Transportation E-Road Ready Executive Operation Dashboard. The purpose of this dashboard is to track important MDOT project updates. The dashboard track active E-Ready projects by county, number of projects completed, and the number of projects in progress. So here we have the Mayor Executive Dashboard. So in every day, Mayor Walsh and his administration track daily operation and progress and major strategic objectives. The team uses a set of large dashboard mounted on the wall facing the mayor's desk to visualize what the city is doing to realize these objectives. Dashboard display a range of daily statistics covering areas such as public safety, basic city services, human services, and economic development. So on your left, you see the city services dashboard. The city service dashboard open and close cases for street light outages and missed trash pickup over the past 12 months. The middle dashboard, which is a public safety dashboard, using data from Boston Police, the crime and domestic violence dashboard presents a year-to-date count of several critical public safety statistics, including the number of homicides, shootings, guns taken off the streets, and Part 1 crime as defined by the FBI. It also includes key statistics about the number of domestic violence incidents. Additionally, this dashboard shows the number of youths using community centers from the previous day and the number of youths engaged by outreach workers over the previous months. The third dashboard, which is on your right, the human and basic services, where Mayor Walsh wants every interaction constituents have with local government to be satisfying. The human and basic service dashboard looks at two different types of interactions between residents and the city: human services and human service basics and basic services. For human services metrics, the dashboard shows daily counts of veterans call to veteran services, visit to community centers, library cards used at the library the previous day. For the basic service metrics, the dashboard shows yearly count for potholes filled, graffiti removed, residential trash pickup missed, street lights repair, big trash item collected, and maintenance jobs done in city parks. Now at this time, we're going to take a look now at our project management dashboard. The operation dashboard, this operation dashboard is from the University of the West Indies, Trinidad and Tobago. The GIRE group at the Department of Geomatics and Land Management has been using this application to manage a project to capture the building fundamental data set to support the spatial data initiatives for Trinidad and Tobago. The dashboard shows total building collected, buildings digitized, progress achieving target, and buildings digitized by organization. The Urban Development Corporation operation dashboard for ArcGIS is used as a critical go-to, a decision support interface where project management metrics are constantly being monitored as it is updated in real time to provide support to UDC's executives and senior managers in an authoritative environment. This dashboard tracks average percentage project completion, project schedule, average expenditure, and project life cycle. Now, let us take a look at some other dashboards. And this one in particular is monitoring what matters to you, a real-time delivery dashboard. So Felisa Lin from Esri, Singapore created this dashboard, and it was created for monitoring real-time delivery of goods. A total of 200 orders to be delivered with 5 trucks. So the delivery routes need to be first optimized as shown on the map. The planning takes place utilizing a traffic live density map to the bottom right. And at a quick glance, this map highlights the high traffic incidence density areas. Above the high density map is a count showing the number of incidents and incident tracker that shows the distribution of traffic incidents. In map settings, feature settings are dynamic as they are set to update or refresh on a set interval. Operation crew receive notification if driver deviates from planned route or if there is a traffic incident causing the planned route to be deviated. Customers can be notified if there are any pending delays based on the planned dispatch and arrival time. When you hover on the map, you can get a pop-up of the vehicle, the driver name and any other information so desired, including the customer contact information. Now let us look at another video. And in this video, the Super Bowl finals had the largest outfit of federal officers to protect Super Bowl, costing $5 million for the security operation. Police keep a watch on all corners throughout network of cameras installed on around town and any form of disturbance. They can zoom in and act quickly. Phones are also used to get video feed on the ground. FBI scans social media to look at any sign of disturbance. And the report is that this was a very successful operation.
Blackhawks, SWAT teams, bomb-sniffing dogs, explosives detecting X-ray machines. Part of the largest outlay of federal law enforcement agents ever assembled to protect a Super Bowl. A $5 million security operation that's all the responsibility of this man.
It's been by far the biggest challenge.
Commander Scott Gerlicher of the Minneapolis Police Department. Officials are keeping a close eye on all the action down on the ground through a network of cameras installed all across downtown. And if they spot any signs of trouble from the command center, they're able to zoom in closely, get an identification, and act quickly. New technology taking center stage.
We can really focus in on anywhere in downtown Minneapolis or really anywhere in the metro area. Zoom in on that particular area, see what the buildings are in the area, as you can see here, and then using a phone application that we have, we can also see the live location of that particular officer.
Keeping the Super Bowl safe and on the up and up. The security operation extends far beyond the stadium here. It's also online. The FBI is scouring social media channels tonight, looking for any signs of trouble there. And Lester, a new twist from the NFL this year. Fans with tickets can actually clear security at the Mall of America, then jump on a train, come here directly, and get into the stadium. Surely going to be the quickest and warmest way to get here tomorrow.
You certainly feel the presence, but it doesn't feel heavy-handed. But you know they're here and watching out for us.
Absolutely.
Ron Mott, thank you.
Isn't that awesome? This is something that we need for the Caribbean. With Operation Dashboard, you can track anything, anytime, and anywhere. Operations Dashboard provides live, real-time monitoring of KPIs and gives you situational awareness. Thank you. At this time, I will turn over to Matthew, and Matthew will take us through the question and answer.
All right,
Matthew?
Yeah, man, thank you, Upton. Very interesting technology. Definitely, as leaders in our respective spaces, it will be good to keep abreast of our KPIs right there on the dashboard, and the implementation is, I'm figuring, very easy. On the sides of the questions, I'm going to fire the first question to you, Hopton. So question from Wayne is, any examples of dashboards for environmental management regulators?
Most definitely. And what you can actually search these on the internet or on the Esri site. Once you get on, then you can actually search for dashboard, search term, environmental management, whatever the search term is, and you will see a lot coming up. So yes.
All right, thanks for that one, Hopton. Hope that helps, Wayne. Additional question is, how do I get the operation dashboards for ArcGIS app?
Okay, so the operation dashboard is included with your ArcGIS online organization, and it is at no additional cost. It's also available for ArcGIS Enterprise. So once you have the product, then yes, you have ArcGIS operation dashboard.
Okay, thank you for that one. And I mean, from your experience, who you think is the target audience for operations dashboard for ArcGIS?
So the primary audience is, it's actually for decision makers within the organization. So it could be for the CEO, the managers. In a case of security, could be the commander of security or the section chief. Whoever it is that makes decision, then the operation dashboard basically is geared towards them. And just to add to that is that there are different types of operation dashboard. You have the operational activity dashboard, you have the manager's dashboard, and you have the executive dashboard. And you would more or less want different KPIs on each dashboard. So the dashboard is really for any and everyone.
All right, thank you, Hopton. And many more questions coming in. So let me ask this one from Darren Henry. Any upcoming training for operation dashboard, and how much would it cost?
All right, so that's a very good question, and thanks, Darren. What I will ask you to do, if you could just email us on that one, and then we will respond to you. So just send us an email and we'll give you the details.
All right, so VP Geospatial at Spatial Vision, which is on the screen, Darren. Similarly for your question, Ermonacel, in terms of the presentation being sent. So I would ask if you need a copy of the presentation, send an email to vpgeospatial at spatialvision.com and and I'll have Hopton address from there. Other question for you is, exactly where can you access operations dashboard in ArcGIS?
So once you go on ArcGIS Online in particular, you have created your web map, then you can publish your web map, and you'll publish the web map as an operation dashboard. So you can check on that one.
All right, excellent. Question: how does operation dashboard for ArcGIS compare with web app builder for ArcGIS and insights for ArcGIS?
Okay, thanks for that question. So operation dashboard for ArcGIS is a premier app for creating sophisticated dashboard apps. It offers precision charting and visualization option and uses a new dashboard item in ArcGIS Online and ArcGIS Enterprise. The web app builder for ArcGIS has a dashboard. It has a dashboard theme and layout option where you can create that, your dashboard. Yeah, that's it.
All right, thanks, Hopton. And can we use operational dashboard for enforcement data?
Oh, most definitely. Any data that you have can be used in operation dashboard. So operation dashboard pretty much is to monitor your key performance indicator. So you can actually input whatever data it is and then monitor it from there, your key performance indicator from there.
All right, thanks, Hopton. Definitely have some people that we'd have to reach up and follow up with on. Other question, any limits on the number of dashboards one account can make?
Not to my knowledge. I don't know of any limit that any one account can make. I think it's limitless.
All right, thanks, Hopeton. Thanks for that information as well. Another question for you. How can Operation Dashboard be used in a census and at what stage, pre or post?
Okay, and I love that question. So your dashboard can be at every stage of your census. There are various stages of the census. You have the pre-census, the preparation stage. Dashboard can monitor your preparation, how far you are, if you are behind, if you are ahead of target. Dashboard during the census is very important because you want to ensure that activities are going according to plan and there's no delay, because delay will mean money. So dashboard is important at the pre-stage, pre-enumeration stage, the enumeration stage, and the post stage. You can look back and see, what took place, what the different results are. So there are a number of ways that you can use Operation Dashboard in your census.
Thanks, Hopeton. And I've been asked to share with you by speaking to the privacy of the information used in ArcGIS. You can imagine that a lot of information in there is confidential, so you can speak to that as well, Hopeton.
Okay. So, interestingly, the ArcGIS platform it's a user account on a user account basis. The only persons who you want to see certain information can see. There are credentials that provide privacy to persons' information. So that in itself is not a problem in terms of security.
Thanks for that confirmation, Hopeton. One more question for you here. Does Operations Dashboard, for ArcGIS work with Esri's field apps? That's Collector for ArcGIS, Survey 123 for ArcGIS, and Workforce ArcGIS?
Oh, definitely. In a number of ways. One is to get live feed as to what is happening out in the field. Information coming out from the field is uploaded in the dashboard, so you have a display as to what is happening. So it's very compatible and it works great with those apps.
Excellent. So there's some integration there.
Definitely.
Some integration there. Well, I don't have any more questions on my end. I'm gonna leave the floor open. I'm not sure if you have any tips to share while we wait on any more questions, and if no more questions coming after tips, then I think this was a great presentation, and I hope everyone enjoyed it. See that the questions came in, so it was definitely very informative and it probed some questions. So passing to you, Hopeton.
All right, thanks very much. I really appreciate, especially our audience. And my advice to you is to get onto the Operation Dashboard. It makes life much easier, makes your work much easier. And one beautiful thing about Operation Dashboard, it gives you buy-in. If you can make for example, an executive dashboard, and you have your executive viewing this dashboard, they will support GIS even more. So I would advise you to get into Operation Dashboard so that people it brings transparency to your operation. So it not only manage, what you're doing, but it also, helps you do your work much easier. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Hopeton. You have some good news for you, Natalie. It says great presentation, Hopeton, and I do agree as well. It was an excellent presentation, quite smooth, delivered quite well, and looking forward to us reaching out to some of some of the people that asked the questions, all the attendees, thanks again for joining. And you can also, as again, reach out to Hopetown at vpgeospatial@spatialvision.com if you have any further questions that you need him to follow up on. And thanks again for joining this webinar at such late notice. And our next webinar will be at the end of February, and we'll also send out notice much more in advance. And appreciate the time from everyone. Thanks again, Hopetown. Roshan had to jump off for another engagement, but I'm sharing thanks on his behalf as well, and looking forward to use of Operation Dashboard in 2021 for all our organizations. All right, thanks again, and enjoy the rest of your day and the weekend that's upcoming. Bye.
Okay, everyone. Bye.